our marriage, and we seek out help from the marriage counselor. And so we go into her, and we start just discussing our problems that we're having with one another, and it kind of touches the marriage counselor in a specific way, and boom, it kind of just goes from there. So, that's as much as I can elaborate, but that's
okay. Just like, as always, go see the movie, right?
Exactly. Go see the movie. I believe I open up the film, so you should.
Oh, cool. That's great.
Yeah, it was so much fun. It was, like, really intimidating, because at first, because, Tyler Perry is just Tyler Perry,
Of course, yeah.
In Atlanta, he's even bigger as Tyler Perry. And so when I got on set, I turned around and I almost ran into him. And the guy's like the size of a tree.
Oh,
I turn around, he's got these hands that look like, baskets of bananas. And he's just like, hey, how you doing?
Oh, my gosh.
Shoulder. And he says, you ready to do this? I'm looking to get this one done pretty quick. And I'm like, yeah, no problem. Sure. Oh, God. And I remember I turned to my wife, the woman who's playing my wife, Lisa, and her name's Andrea Moore. And I turned to Andrea and I say, that guy looked like Tyler Perry, didn't he?
Oh,
it was Tyler Perry, you idiot. And I was like, oh, really? No way. I was kidding, of course, but it was, yeah.
Did you expect him to look like Medea or what?
I was wondering where the moo-moo was. I was putting pants in his shirt. This isn't right.
Well, did you get to work with Brandy or Vanessa Williams or any of them too?
No, I didn't work with Vanessa Williams, and Brandy I didn't work with on Tyler Perry, but I have worked with Brandy a couple times in the game. And,
okay.
And she's a lot of fun. She really gets into her character. And one of the episodes, I had to fire her, and this was last season, and I fired her, and I said, you always think everybody's talking about your booty. You just need to go ahead and get out. You're done. And she splashes all these drinks from the bar all over all the customers, me, and then she walks out. Well, for some reason, production thought it was necessary to shoot this scene 16 times. Yeah, so every time they had to refill the glasses of juice or whatever fluid they were using, and then she would go and just splash it all over everybody again and then walk out. And she was so sweet about it, because after about 6 times, she was like, I am so sorry, guys. She goes, I don't know what else I can do. She's like, what else can I do different? He's like, no, you're doing everything great. I just want to see it again.
Yeah.
So, I was like, oh. Yeah, I was wearing my own pants, so I was getting a little upset at that.
You probably had liquid coming out of every orifice possible.
It was everywhere. And the last, I remember the last thing I actually kept was the one where she has like juice or something on her fingers, and she flicks it into my face and says,
"Oh
yeah."
no!
I was frustrated. Everybody was frustrated at that point. That it was very much seen on screen. So it actually worked out. The director got what he wanted.
I can imagine it was rather sticky trying to walk around too after that many times.
Everything was like,
yeah.
You knew where everyone was because no one could move.
Now I'm going to have to listen for that sound in the movie.
I'm gonna go do that. So I think it was like I forget which episode it was, but it's on the game. So it's somewhere I think it's on Netflix or something now.
Yeah. A blooper reel.
So I'm actually wondering, who have you not worked with yet, but you would love to work with? Just name one person that comes to your head.
Tom Cruise.
Oh, awesome. Yeah.
And one of the reasons, he's just, Tom Cruise to me is, when he came out originally, he was he was just Tom Cruise the actor. And then he kind of turned into Tom Cruise the producer, Tom Cruise the franchise owner. He's like Tom Cruise the empire.
Right.
And I just,
exactly.
If I could sit down and talk with him, especially to a guy who we sort of fall in the same, like if he was my age now, and this was, or at least if this was back in the 80s, we would both be in competition. So I would love to sit down and just talk with him about how he's done it and how he's gotten through it, because a lot of people ask me that same question now, and I'd love to ask somebody who's got like over 20 years in the business. And Tom Cruise is the guy I work with.
Yeah, that would be a good person to pick his brain.
Yeah. He's doing it right. There isn't a movie he does now that doesn't have his name in more than just starring. You know, it's starring Tom Cruise, and it's like executive producer Tom Cruise. You know.
Yeah. Yeah.
And everything. So,
now
and that's where I want to be as eventually. You know, I mean, I want to move into production, and I want to move into other things. I started writing now recently. I want to do acting is kind of like my gateway into it all.
Well, that's good, because that brings me to Sabina had made some fun questions for interviews some time back. And one of the questions I will give you right now: if there was a movie made of your life, what would it be about, and who would play you?
It would be about, goodness gracious. It would be about me. Haha. It would. Let's see. What was the question? Well, what would it be about, and who would play me?
Yes.
I would play me. And
you would play you?
No. If I could really get someone to play me, it would be. I would, depending on when it was shot, I would like Tom Cruise to play me, absolutely. Although I think Ryan Gosling is an awesome actor. I think he's really, and it's really great to see like his transformation from when he was doing Remember the Titans to a movie like Drive,
right?
Gangster Squad, and I would like. I think he would definitely put his all into playing me. So he would definitely play me, and it would just be about a regular guy who is now been on television and in movies, and he's still just a regular guy. I'm a guy who likes to wear t-shirt and jeans. When I have to go to a red carpet event, I like sigh, and I don't know how to dress myself, so I have that.
Oh.
And it would be about that, and then going from nothing to something, and and being able to talk to you guys. Like, I mean, you guys are interested in talking to me now, and 4 years ago, no one even knew who I was.
But if you would have contacted me, I still would have talked to you then.
Would you really have?
I would.
I'm going to find you on Facebook. Find you immediately.
I definitely would. I have another show where I play indie music, the musicians that are not with the label. I love that they have so much great music out there and so many great bands and singers, and they need all the support and exposure that they can get. So I've now started another show where I play their music and I interview them. So that would be kind of like the same thing as an actor just starting out.
Wow, you're awesome. I love you. Yeah, that's
Thank you.
and we need it as artists. You're right. First of all, there's so many of us out there.
Right.
And it's like I tell I've got a bunch of kids, like I said, ask me questions a lot, and it's how do you get into acting and this stuff, and how do you put up with the rejection? And this is, I mean, literally as an actor and as an artist trying to do anything for anybody to like it, it's 98% rejection, maybe 98.5% rejection.
Yeah.
And I always people say but you've been so successful, you've done so many great things, and you're right, I have, and I've been very blessed when I got those things. I worked my tail off to do it. But behind every one of those things I did that was great, there's 1,000 of them that, I tried for and I didn't get.
Exactly.
And a lot of times it ends up with, there's 7 people in the room and they like Zach and they like Joe. They take a vote, 4 people go for Joe, 3 people go for Zach. Zach doesn't get the job.
Right.
So your business
and you have to learn to not take that personally if this is something that you want to do for the rest of your life.
Absolutely. That's totally true. And I tell people, when you're an actor or an artist or whatever you're doing, if it involves auditions, that's the job. If your job is the audition, the perk is getting it.
Right.
So
right.
If you just look at it, okay, I did my job, and it's like Disney said. He goes, why worry if you tried your very best? And there's worrying's not going to help you do anything. So just do the job.
It's not gonna take everything back and then get somebody's gonna call you and say, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't know you did your best. Let me give you the job.
I wish they would do that.
Right?
I send them emails all the time, but I did my best.
Well, I gotta say, Zach, I love your attitude towards this, and you are definitely a fantastic actor. I have to give you one specific thing before I give you your last question that I have. I am a big promoter on Twitter, Facebook, you name it. I love my favorite actors, musicians, and you're going to be right up there, and I'm going to have to start promoting you now as well. Just wanted to tell you that, just heads up. tweeting you and a lot.
Yeah.
If you all of a sudden get these insane tweets, you know they'll be from Sabina.
Oh, Sabina, I love you. It's great. Yeah. And I'll retweet back and I'll favorite them and we'll reply. Yeah.
Awesome. You're fantastic. And then next time, sorry?
No, go ahead.
I was just going to say, next time you're in Georgia, you've got to let me know through Twitter or Facebook or whatever, and maybe we can meet up.
Oh, no, he's got to stop in Chicago first. I'm the host. You're the co-host.
Well, you have a point there, and I actually have a friend of mine who lives in Chicago, so I pretty much have no excuse not to visit you.
There you go.
And then the next time I'm in Georgia, I'll make sure I tweet, because I'm always in Georgia. In fact, I'll be filming. I actually was just cast as the lead, as a title lead for the feature called Pimp, which is filming in Atlanta. It's filmed in Atlanta, Georgia, at the end of June. So I'll be there for about 6 to 8 weeks.
Oh wow!
I know.
I'm really excited. This is one of the first homegrown features to be shot in Atlanta, and I'm playing, and I got the lead. I auditioned for this thing back in December, and I had a sit-down meeting with the writer and of course the director and the producers and stuff. And it was a long time coming, but they gave me a call 2 weeks ago, and they said you're going to be shooting in June, and I'm like, yeah. So
wow, congratulations!
Congratulations, that's fantastic. Oh, I do have one other question.
Don't go getting stalkerish.
I know. You know me.
I'm only joking when I say this stuff, Zach. So don't worry.
No. Hey, listen, I've got plenty of stalkers, so if you want to just join on them, it's fine.
No, I'm the real deal. I just like to promote and help where I can, and I'm just a true blue, dedicated fan. So that's who I am.
That is awesome, and I say that to when I'm talking on my blogs. Without people liking us or liking what actors what they do, we would be nothing. And it's about especially when you're new in the business, self promotion. People have got to wonder who you are and why people get to, without saying the bad word, why would a production company want to pick you over, say, Joe Blow? Oh, well, that's because this guy, look, he's being tweeted by these people here, and so it's all about self promotion and getting yourself out there, and that's what I've been trying to do for the past 3 years. So yes, I will definitely take any tweet that you want to send me. Please do.
Well, I'm going to say right now to our listeners that if you want to follow Zach, which I highly recommend on Twitter, follow him at Zach Sale, and it's ZACHSALE.
Yes,
and what's your Facebook?
My Facebook is Zach Sale, ZACHSALE, public figure. And
public figure. I like that.
Well, here, maybe you can help me out, lady, because I'm still confused about this. I have a fan page and I have a personal page. Now, most of the people on my personal page, they're the same on my fan page, so I kind of accept everybody as long as I check out who they are. But whenever they're looking me up, they always find my personal page, so I never know how to say Zach Sale fan page for Facebook. How does that work?
Well, I'm just now going to try to pull up your Facebook page for your fan page, and let me see how it comes up. It looks like Zach-Sale. No, that brings up something else, huh? Well, we'll figure it out and we'll tweet it out. I'm just going to put in Zach Sale.
Yeah, it's all on there. If you just Google me, Zach Sale, ZACHSALE, you'll find my IMDb, Facebook, Twitter. It's all on there in the first one.
You know what else too? On your website, because that's where I just clicked on. On your website, at the bottom of the home page, you have the Facebook and the Twitter little thingy, and if they click on the Facebook link, it'll bring you to your fan page.
Oh, perfect. See that? That's my wife again. She's in charge of my website, and she is so awesome. I literally could not do any of this without her. So I have to say thank you to my beautiful wife.
Yes, definitely.
It's actually funny wonderful. Because when I did Burn Notice, I've got 2 tattoos on the top of my both arms, and when I did the audition, whenever I do an audition, I'm usually with a long sleeve shirt on. But when I did Drop Dead Diva, they had to cover them up with makeup. but in burn notice, I actually got to keep them out, and most of them, and both of my tattoos have something to do